From the 6 courses in Season 1, fans were asked to vote 2 of them to be used in Season 2. The Beaverton Corners Course is one of those 2. Hello everybody, I'm Brendan. This course takes about 20 seconds to complete one full lap, as measured by the excellent competitors we have today. And it's divided into 2 sectors, one of which has multiple turns over 180 degrees or equal to, ending up at the top of that highway up there. And then the highway begins Sector 2, having a large hairpin, a banked hairpin, and 2 very slight curves, one of which is a Muller corner to bring it home to the finish line. Rampage still in the lead with 53 points after race 2. Crimson Lady not far behind with 45. But it is Tiger bringing up the rear in 21st, who will be starting out today on the Beaverton Corner Course. And he rolls out, he's getting going. We'll get a bar for the Sector 2 time in just a moment. And we hope to see better from Tiger today. He only has 3 points to his name going into today. There's a 12.25, provisionally the best time from Sector 1, and 8.01, provisionally the best Sector 2 time. And Tiger will hold pole position for at least one extra marble. Here comes Luminous MC, second with 9 points, second to last with 9 points overall. And remember, they do reverse order of the championship standings for the qualifiers. And Luminous MC does not perform very well, worse on both sector times with a 20.94, definitely a less favorable time on this course. Not many difficult barriers on this course, so it's going to be very close in times as far as standard of deviation. Well, let's see how Two-Tone finishes. Finishes well with a 20.89, just a little bit above Luminous, but not that well. Tiger will still hold that top spot, and Trixie will roll out. Trixie looking good through the first sector here. Banking, keeping away from the walls. Ooh, does go right on the highway. Could not go down the middle. Does lose a little time there. Look at 13.11 in the first sector, and the second sector is not going to be very good either. You could tell by her performance on the highway, 8.88. And she's going to have the worst time so far with almost 22 seconds. Just avoided the 22 by 100th. And that will be Predator. Our lowest performing veteran racer here that came from Season 1 also went a little bit right on the highway. They have a better Sector 1 time, and Sector 2, not bad at all either. Will slot right into second overall. And that's not a bad place to be right now. You can see the sector times up in the top there by the racer's name, the timer, as well as their logo. Look at GOAT's logo. That is very fierce. Well, just seeing that logo, I am worried about being overtaken on the track. There he goes, right into P1. A good showing, undercutting 20 seconds. And he's going to have the pole for now. We have Duchess from Duchess Racing. A nice bright red and yellow logo featuring a crown with 3 points. And she has a slower sector time than GOAT, and not great on the second sector. Does get P4, just above Predator by 0.05. Polyonics. I'm really enjoying looking at these logos featuring a parrot, I believe. Often you'll see on the shoulder of many pirates. That black marble taking the banked hairpin very slowly. Ooh, that's a rough finish right there, and that's gonna really hamper that second sector time. That was a 9.19 in the second sector, and it's gonna put him 21.91. He hit a couple of barriers there going through the hairpin, and well, there's not much recovering after that. Victoria's Secret, though. Does she have the secret to the Beaverton Corners Course? Maybe. 19.89, the second marble to be under 20. And we'll have to see which one of those two, GOAT or Victoria's Secret, really does unlock the key to winning today, if any of them. there might be other marbles to undercut even Goat's time. Wild Canuck, 12.05 in the first sector and 8.15 in the second. He's got P3, a little bit better than Tigger. Oh, it's good to see Tigger mixed into the pack and not lagging towards the bottom. I want to see him get some points today. Blue Marble Gang, not performing super well right now either. We have two-tone down there, almost dropping out of the top 10 soon. But what about Marbulus Arantius with the nice, bold logo of the knight? And he will get P1. And, well, Victoria's Secret may not be so hot if she's not going to stay in the top 3 here by the end of qualifying. Blizzard, the opposite of hot, out there on the track. Sometimes ice is the way to go. The more slippery you are, the faster you may be. But he slipped right out of the top 10 right there. And I don't know what to say about Blizzard, honestly. That was tough to see him underperform right there. He's been a racer we've seen in the top 10 of the actual racing in the pack there quite often. He had a good race last week as well. And he struggled there. P8 for Quicksilver, 12.65 first sector. Not very good, but he was able to at least hold the top 10. And we have the minimalist logo of Zero, as Zero rolls out here on the track. A very minimalist marble as well. You can see it by the fact that you almost can't see it. 12.31 in the first sector, whipping around that Muller corner, coming across the line, 8.09 sector 2, and we'll get P6 right under Tigger with a 20.40. And, you know, can't be upset. Anything kept under that 20.5 mark is pretty good. Accidental Genius, one of my personal favorite logos. I just have a soft spot for elephants, one of my favorite animals. And he'll come across in P6 and slot just ahead of Zero by a 1/10 of a second. And now we get a look at some more Blue Marble Gang as Sinatra, with that bright blue eye logo, will roll out. Looked a little slow out of the gate, but he will pick it up there towards the end of the first sector. One of the best sector times, actually the best first sector time. Had a sector 2 look very good. P4 for Sinatra. Could have been a little bit better for sure, as he had that best time in sector 1, but can't complain about P4. Octane, hexagonal logo behind the name there. 12.58 in the first sector. He's fast down the highway, stays off the walls. That's the key. The banked hairpin looks masterful right there, and that is the best time in sector 2 today. P5 for Octane, and before I even finished, I could have told you that was going to happen. There's 2 key points to succeeding in sector 2, and that's not hitting into the walls on the highway here, as Serpent Smart seems to be able to avoid as well, and being smooth through this hairpin. Another thing Serpent Smart did okay, and he will finish almost with the best sector 2 time. Octane still a little bit better, but Serpent Smart not far behind in P7. El Sol, which is the sun in Spanish, hence the sun logo behind him, behind the name. And he's got the best sector 1 time. Is he going to take P1? Yes, he is. El Sol, one of the best qualifying racers in the game right now, and he just crushed Marbulus's time with a 19.05. Crimson Lady would be the only one to have anything to say about that, but this time Crimson Lady does not have the best sector 1 time. Will she pick it up in sector 2? Very smooth through the hairpin. She comes across and she will not get P1. First time this season that Crimson Lady has been unable to take pole. And, well, like I said, you can't complain about P4. It's not, Crimson Lady has that reputation to live up to. Here's the hairpin for Rampage, the Muller corner. And Rampage will have a struggle today in the race as he gets P12. El Sol is our pole sitter. Marbulus Goat, Crimson Lady, Victoria's Secret, rounding out the top 5. Blue Marble Gang in there a lot, with a little bit of Victoria's Secret. He's got a little bit of blue. Sinatra as well, Serpent Smart, and Two-Tone. Not so much with Two-Tone, but definitely some blue marbles up there and it'll be exciting to see how they roll out. 16 laps, 2 sectors, average time of 20 seconds. The Beaverton Corners Course has begun. We are rolling. It is El Sol into the lead, but Victoria's Secret finally dodges ahead at the end of the first straight. Here we go, rounding the corners to head out of Sector 2 into the highway, and it will be Victoria's Secret. She goes to the right side there, but so does El Sol, who cannot get around. They go around the hairpin, and Octane is in 3rd place, and seeing some trouble from Crimson Lady, who takes that position quickly. Victoria's Secret holding an early lead here, finding some separation from El Sol. Crimson Lady following just behind. Octane leading through a very tightly packed group of marbles, with the likes of Rampage and Wild Canuck, who just slips past Octane there. See Rampage. And it looks like separation for Victoria's Secret has been the way to go right now. Ooh, she bumps off the side of that turn right there, loses a ton of speed, and there goes El Sol on the inside line. He's got an easy retake right there. He does find a collision right there and stay out of the way of Victoria's Secret through that final turn. And he's back up the marble booster for lap 4. Victoria's Secret running right behind him. She's got speed through the first straight. She's right on him. El Sol, a good defensive move right there, staying across. And here comes Rampage as well, going the outside line on that curve and finding her way around Victoria's Secret. Crimson Lady also still in there in 4th, finding her way in that packed group of marbles and shooting out of it in front of Octane. But it is El Sol right now holding the spotlight. Victoria's Secret trying to find her way back up. We got behind her Crimson Lady, Rampage, Goat, Octane, Wild Canuck, Marbulous, Tigger, and Two-Tone. And Serpent Smart finally slots right in there into 10th place as well. And Crimson Lady trying to make up some ground here. She's got a wide separation between her and the next marble of Rampage, who found his way out of P12 all the way up into P3. What a move from the beginning right there, and he's been excellent at racing today. Finally coming up on Victoria's Secret. They head around the bank turn. He takes the inside line, but he can't find any space to get around Victoria's Secret, who's got her mind on other problems right now, as El Sol is trying to run away with this race only about halfway through. Here comes Crimson Lady, just short now behind Wild Canuck, who finally finds some speed and hopefully will be able to hold a higher position today. Usually he's up and down by the end of the race, and he does slot right past Rampage right there. He's got 3rd place. El Sol, he's still got a wide lead, and it's good to see Tigger up in the top 10th as well. But El Sol hits off the bank right there in Sector 1, and he lost a bunch of speed. Victoria's Secret got him on the right side of the highway, hitting down into Sector 2. Into lap 9 we go, and it is Victoria's Secret commanding a mid-pack lead, or mid-lap lead. And she's struggling to hold it. El Sol angry about that and passes Victoria's Secret right where he was passed in the previous lap. A little bit of dramatic irony there. And we have Rampage and finally Goat, who had a excellent qualifying time, finally seeing some top 5 time as well. Crimson Lady continuing to struggle, now dropping down to 7th place. Blizzard finally looking a little bit towards the top 10 as well. Octane slipping slowly down, and things will get slippery as he works against Blizzard as well. Crimson Lady, you can see right on the screen now, in 7th place as El Sol crosses the line. She's just heading towards that banked hairpin, and it is El Sol to still hold the lead. Victoria's Secret is in a similar position as we've seen a lot today, with about 3 track lengths between her and the top spot. She's going to need another mistake from El Sol for sure. She's going to take it over. Rampage is still in 3rd place, followed by Wild Canuck, Serpent Smart, Goat, Crimson Lady, Marbulous, Blizzard, and Octane. Blizzard slipping up 1 spot into 9th, and we'll see how long that can be held. Let's see if we can get a look at Blizzard coming down the track there. He is in the top as he rolls just ahead of Octane by a track length, but Victoria's Secret finally making her charge on El Sol. She dodges inside, then outside, but can't get around. She's right locked with El Sol as they head out of the marble booster. She's got less speed. She's trying to gain back here. Some acceleration there through the outside line. Can't grab it. She dives inside, but El Sol with another defensive maneuver keeps her at bay. Rampage also trying to push his way into the mix, find the mistakes to capitalize on as they battle. But we really just see the last place marble might be getting overlapped. Victoria's Secret takes advantage of that commotion between El Sol and the last place marble, which is Trixie, finally overlapped, and she's got the lead. You saw her slot herself right in between the two, and now she comes out on top as she heads down the highway, does nudge off the right side there, and will struggle to stay in front of El Sol for the last couple of laps. She's got to get 2 laps here and not allow El Sol to catch up. And she's going to take this one. Trixie laps now by 3 marbles, and Goat coming fast right at her. Wild Canuck, Serpent Smart, Crimson Lady, Marbulous, Octane, and Blizzard still holding that top 10. Not much change in the top 10 pack right now. Victoria's Secret still holding that lead, and here we go to the final lap. El Sol making some closing of the gap here as we head towards the end. And Victoria's Secret needs to stay ahead for the last sector here. Can she do it? Coming down the highway, she nudges right, but so does El Sol. Can't stay off the lane. She slowed down the drop. Here's the hairpin around the corner and across the line. It is Victoria's Secret to take the win. El Sol will follow shortly behind. Definitely a valiant race for him today as well. Rampage, Goat, Wild Canuck, Serpent Smart, Crimson Lady, Octane, Marbulous, Blizzard, Tigger, Zero, Sinatra, Accidental Genius, Two-Tone. And we'll wait for the rest to cross. Polyonyx and P16 Duchess, Quicksilver, 3 more, Luminous, Predator, and Trixie we know was overlapped and coming in last to wrap up the top 21. But it is Victoria's Secret, who we talked about having the secret to the Beaverton Corners Course today, really bringing it here in the last couple of laps, finding that open space and holding it over El Sol. Excellent racing. El Sol in second, and of course Rampage in third, who will hold that overall top spot in the championships as he started in the overall lead today. Crimson Lady, another struggle for her, one of her lower finishes overall of all time. But besides here, it's good to see Octane a little bit higher, and Goat as well back in there. But Rampage, El Sol, now both ahead of Crimson Lady. Rampage up into the 70s of points, and Victoria's Secret up into the top 5 as well now. Octane not doing well, but sliding up a little bit more, now into top 6. He dropped quite a bit from last race, but recovered a little bit. And we'll get a couple looks. That's the racing today. See that pass from El Sol right there? That really must have put Victoria's Secret on the defensive and brought some of that excellent racing we saw later on in the race. And you can see Rampage, Goat, Crimson Lady getting passed by Serpent Smart right there. And I mean, that was really the beginning of a downhill race for her for the rest of the Beaverton Corners Course. And then Trixie gets overlapped towards the end here, and that's gotta hurt. That's definitely gotta be one of the worst things that can happen to a marble during the Racing Marble League. Getting overlapped by not just 1, but 3 marbles. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be in Trixie's shoes right now. But that will wrap it up for today's race. We can't wait to see you in the next race next week in the Racing Marble League.